Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kaitlin, and for this week's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a taro cake. The recipe will be in the link in the description box down below if you guys want to try it out. And if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and let's get started. So the first thing we are going to do is preheat the oven to 310 degrees Fahrenheit. So we actually need 6 eggs, but my bowl could only hold 3 eggs, so you'll see the other 3 later. So we're going to take the eggs and separate the egg whites and the egg yolks. So as you can see, we have the egg white and egg yolk separated, and we are going to use the egg yolk right now, and then we're going to set the egg whites aside. So I am putting 40 grams of white granulated sugar into the egg yolks. Now using a whisk, you want to mix this mixture until it is smooth. Next, I have about 50 grams of normal cooking vegetable oil, and we are going to put that in and mix it as well. Here is 40 grams of milk that we are also going to add into our egg yolk mix. Here you are going to sift in about 60 grams of flour in 2 separate parts. When you mix, make sure not to overmix and just mix until there are no more flour lumps left. We are done with the egg yolk mixture, so now we are going to put that aside and bring in the egg whites. To the egg whites, you are going to want to add about 2 teaspoons of lemon juice in here. You can just eyeball this and it doesn't have to be exact. Then you are going to add about 80 grams of granulated white sugar in here. Now you want to use your electric hand mixer or a stand mixer and whip these egg whites until they have stiff peaks. Here are how my egg whites look like, and if you really have real stiff peaks, you should be able to turn them upside down and they shouldn't fall out. So with a spatula, you want to carefully fold 1/3 of the egg white mixture into the egg yolk mixture. Now we are going to fold in the second third of the egg whites into the egg yolks. Now Now you're going to take the last bits of your egg white mixture and fold it into the egg yolk mixture. Here is how your cake batter should look like. Now take a 9-inch cake pan and do not butter or grease it or put any parchment paper because we just want it to stick to the pan a little more. Once you've put the batter in the pan, you want to make sure to smooth out the top. Now we are going to bake our cake for 38 minutes. While our cake is baking, we are going to start making our taro filling. You're going to need about 300 grams of taro, and you are going to cut it into cubes. You can either boil your taro or you can steam it in a rice cooker like I did. Now we are going to make our cream for the outside. So you're going to need a heavy whipping cream, and the recipe that I use is everything is eyeballed, so there's no exact measurements, but the amount of cream I used is approximately like 1.5 cups. Next, you are going to put in some powdered sugar, and again, this is eyeballed, so you can put in as much as you want or until you think it is sweet enough. Now I am using my electric hand mixer with the whisk attachment to whip it up until they have stiff peaks. Near the end, I just like to eject the whisk, and I like to whisk by hand a little bit more. So here's how your cream should look like, and this is what a stiff peak looks like. Now our cake is done, and we are going to take it out of the oven carefully, and then we are going to drop it on the counter twice. When you leave it to cool, you want to make sure to flip it upside down. Now that our cake is cooling, we are going to start on the taro filling. So once you take out your cooked taro, you want to smash it up with a fork. Make sure to do this while it's hot so it's easier to smash and mix the other ingredients in, but be careful not to burn yourself. Now we are going to add in about 40 grams of sugar, and I recommend doing this in 2 different steps so that sugar is easier to mix in. After you put the sugar in, you want to mix in about 15 grams of butter. Once your butter has all melted and has been mixed in, you want to add 20 grams of fresh whipping cream or milk, and in this case I used milk, and I also separated it into 2 different parts so that it's easier to mix. And just like that, our taro filling is complete. So here I have removed my cake from the pan and I have put it on a turntable. Next, I am going to cut it in half. Now we are going to take all of our taro filling and put it in the middle, and using an offset spatula, you are going to smooth the top out. So here is our cake with the taro filling on top now. Now you are going to take your offset spatula, and using a napkin you are going to wipe away the extra taro that got stuck on there. Then you are going to take some of your cream that you made earlier and put it on top of the taro and smooth it. Now gently and carefully we are going to put the other half of the cake on top of the frosting, cream, and the taro, sandwiching it. Now I am going to put some of the normal white cream in 2 different bowls and color one a darker purple and the other one a lighter purple. Here's how my darker purple turned out, and I'm going to take a scoop of that and put it into my other bowl of white, just so I can get a lighter purple. Now what I'm going to do is take my darker purple and put it on the bottom of the cake. You can either pipe it on or just dab it on like I did. I didn't want to waste any piping bags because you could do this anyways because you can smooth it out afterwards. And then I put my lighter purple on top of my darker purple. Now I'm putting some plain white on top of the cake. And then using my offset spatula, I'm going to just smooth out the cake and patch up any places where there needs to be more cream. Here I'm just cleaning up the bottom of the plate where extra frosting has gone onto. So I put some more white cream into a piping bag with an open star tip, and I'm just going to make a border around the cake. Now I'm not going to go into detail on how to do this because I just want to focus on the cake itself, and I could probably make another video on just decorating cakes. And just like that, our cake is done.